Elon Musk, says his son is dead, killed by woke mind virus. Rob, you have that clip. If you can play this clip on what he says about this, this is him, I believe, with Jordan Peterson on Daily Wire. Go ahead, Rob.
It happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This was before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. I was told, Xavier might commit suicide if he did.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil, and I agree with you that the people that have been promoting this should go to prison. So I was tricked into doing this, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. And so I lost my son, essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
All right, so the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead. Wow. Killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. So.
And there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that.
What an enemy!
And we're making some progress.
Dude, I
join the club.
Love him.
Yeah.
Never cross the line with a father's child, man. Just don't do it.
Pat, does that
especially one who's a true believer. Never do it. Never do it. You're gonna get a side you've not seen before. Good for him. And by the way, a lot of people are in his camp right now. The difference is a lot of people, how many kids who are transgender, here's a question for you. You ready for this? How many kids who are trans became trans because their parents supported it and encouraged it? For example, what is the Machine Gun Kelly's girl's name? Something Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. She's got 3 kids. They're all trans.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
She dresses them as girls.
Can you pull this up? Megan Fox.
All 3?
Can you find out all 3 kids? All 3 kids.
With Brian Austin Green?
Hang on a second. Megan, let them be who they are. I think all 3 kids of Megan Fox are gay or something like that.
All the boys dress as...
All 3 Megan Fox. So can you verify this?
She was making them dress as boys.
She has kids with the guy from 90210.
If I'm not mistaken, all 3 are. So then Brian you go Austin to... Green. Charlize Theron adopted a son who's also transgender. Megan Fox has 3 sons who are all transgender or non-binary, okay? Who are all transgender or non-binary. Now, this is the reports that you read about it. I don't know the exact details about it, but how many kids are transgender because their parents supported or encouraged it? What do you think, Tom? You know what the question is, right?
Yep.
Because, like, for example... you think Magic Johnson is happy that his son is, who he is? At the beginning. Not today. At this point, he just wants to love his son. But at the beginning, when his son dresses, that's his son, by the way.
God, that is so scary.
That could have been a point guard for the Lakers. No. You guys are laughing like Bronny James. That could have been like the OG Bronny James. But it ended up being...
He's getting crossed up by a cross-dresser.
Right. So...
Broke your ankle.
But by the way, Dwayne Wade. Go to Dwayne Wade.
Oh, God.
Right? Same exact thing with Dwayne Wade. What percentage of kids are trans because their parents encouraged and supported it?
Could it be 50?
I'm going to go more than 90%, and I'm going to go to something that Bill Maher said. And Bill Maher said when he goes back, this goes back about a year, and he had a very eloquent monologue that he did, just providing statistics on the percent of each generation. And his comment is, I can't, and I'm paraphrasing for him, but he said, I go to parties with Angelinos, And it's fashionable to talk about which of your kids is gay or trans. It's fashionable. And he said, why is it that more in LA are that way than in, he picked some Midwest city, Milwaukee? Could it be that the power of suggestion is pretty powerful and that these things with kids are truly just phases? And I think he hit the nail on the head. And here's a guy talking about celebrities and talking about firsthand what he saw. And that passes my passes my test, because I'm like, here's a guy that's in the middle of Los Angeles directly talking about how celebrities and people out there. So your answer is
I got it. So your answer is 90%.
And I'm 90%.
You're doing the Tom. You're doing an Adam. You're giving a 3-minute answer to yes or no.
No,
okay, 90%.
I didn't go that long, but I just said I'm at 90%.
I think you're allowing Adam to influence you, and you need to be your own man. Don't let him do it to you.
You got the Adam vibe.
We might have to cut it off, Tom.
That's right. So here's my question for you. Elon is part of the 10% camp of parents who don't want that to become a reality. How painful must it be to lose a child to the community that converted it? Now, it could be many different reasons. Could be the mother, one of the two parents that's doing that. Did you guys hear about what happened with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's daughter?
She doesn't want her last name, right?
She doesn't want his last name.
Oh, man.
She's changing her last name of her dad's last name, Pitt. And apparently behind closed doors, Brad Pitt didn't take it too well. That Angelina persuaded Brad Pitt and her daughter to not accept her own last name. And you know who Angelina Jolie's father is?
Don't tell me. He hangs out with
John Voight.
I saw him at that.
She also didn't take the dad's last name.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So think about that. It's like, hey, you can do what mommy did. Do you know what movie she played in, which was insane? She played in Original Sin. And I don't know if you've seen Original Sin.
I've seen Original Sin.
Oh, my God, with Antonio Banderas. It's a very... I don't think she acted in that movie.
That was just her.
I think that
just
was just
like in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah. So look, I mean, process the pain of a father, Tom, like Elon Musk. You have kids. What is he going through when he's saying, that he, the dead? What's the
son is dead?
Yeah, the son is dead. How is he processing that?
I've seen a lot of interviews with Elon Musk, and I saw pain in his eyes, and I saw Jordan Peterson was kind of going off making these side comments and things like that. And then Elon Musk kind of interrupted the last point. I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that. And then he pauses and he's got really focused eyes and he said, we're making some progress. I can't imagine the pain, but I can see it in his eyes in that interview. And him talking about it was a lie from the outset. I was lied to. I was tricked during COVID. And he thought he was protecting his son. Listen careful to what he says, right? I thought Xavier might commit suicide unless we allowed him to do some things. I was tricked. And so I cannot imagine the pain of saying, doggone it, I got tricked, I got talked into this, I did it, and now my son is taking these drugs that we can't reverse. We can't reverse. It says, what do I do now? And so he says, I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that. I cannot imagine his pain, but I can look in those eyes and I can see that. That is a pretty resolute Elon Musk, and I think he's feeling, I can't imagine the parental pain he's feeling.
And this is bad. And not only that, and I don't know if you mentioned it, Tom, this is happening. All these celebrities, Ben Affleck, Megan, it's like all these people's, like, I don't know if it's a fashion thing. I don't know if it's just like neglect if they're not around them, but with schooling, and I mean, California is the mecca.
You nailed it, Vinny. That it's Hollywood, Hollyweird. It's not out of the blue that all this stuff is happening in California, Hollyweird. Of course, it's going to happen with that. But I also think one other thing, Jordan Peterson really missed a moment here, because I actually watched a lot of that interview. He kept interrupting Elon when Elon was deep in thought, and he was about to say some stuff, man. And JP, respect to you. Read the room, man. This guy was in a moment, and he was really trying to go there, and you could see that he was maybe even going to cry. And this is one of his kids. I think Elon has, 11 kids? I actually think one literally did die. And this other one, he said, was dead named. JP, Jordan Peterson, kept interrupting him when I think Elon was really going to go deeper and a little bit more emotional, a side of Elon that we very rarely get to see. And I think Peterson sort of interrupted him, but I think we understand now why fully Elon Musk is trying to dismantle the woke mind virus.
Do you know the last time we introduced this hat, what happened to it? Within seconds, it sold out. We ordered 1,000 of these. Like this, it was gone. And we got hundreds of emails saying, hey, I want one of these. Can you please put it back up again for us to order? So this is what we're doing just to prepare on what's going to happen. Because the Olympics are about to start, and because those of you who watch this podcast love America, this hat says USA on the front of it. If you're proud American, you love America, sport this hat. On the site, it says Future Looks Bright. On the back, it says Valuetainment. On the side, it's got the American flag. And on the lid, it says the future looks bright. Never have we had a merch that sold out as fast as this. So here's what we're doing. That's the QR code. You go out there. We have a special USA gear, Team USA gear that is here on vtmerch.com. I'm telling you right now, when you go there, it's going to tell you on back order, but it's going to be first come, first serve because we're ordering. There's some amount that's going to go out immediately, but some of it's going to be on back order. The shirts, the hats, highly, highly recommend during this season, the next 3 to 4 months. When you go to work, maybe you don't want to feel like you want to wear some other hats, but maybe you're comfortable wearing a Team USA hat. Sport this gear when you're going to work, when you're going out over the weekend. Let people know you're proud to be an American. We got the gear here for you. A bunch of different things. If you can zoom in on a couple of those shirts when you order it, it says USA on the front, and it says Future Looks Bright on the back, and it's got the American flag on it as well. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order. Don't be one of the ones that hesitates. Order 2, 3 for your friends, your family, your peers. There's even gear for women. The last time we had some female gear that we announced, women's gear we announced, it actually went very quickly. I got a bunch of pictures as well of people. When you get this gear, sport it, tag us. We share it on the podcast while we're going through it. So again, do your thing.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.